The number one team in the state looks to stay unbeaten. However, the Tigers hope to knock the Eagles off their lofty perch. Hi again, everybody, and welcome to High School Football on Channel 8. I'm Bill Rogan along with Ryan Cloberdance. Thanks for tuning in. It is Faith Christian. They come in at 8-0, taking on Holy Family 7-1. The Tigers riding a 7-game winning streak, and we are here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. It feels like Lambeau Field, and Ryan, the elements could be a factor tonight.
Absolutely. 2 feet of this stuff last night. Oh, sorry, guys. And it's going to definitely play a factor tonight. The field's a little muddy, a little squishy in spots, and it could definitely play a factor.
And when you talk about Faith Christian and Holy Family, you talk about exciting, close finishes.
Absolutely. This rivalry goes back a long time, and Coach Gabriel and Coach Hubbard both know that these are hard-fought games. That it's always a rivalry, and should be a good one though.
And in doing our pregame prep, it's astonishing how these teams are mirror images.
Absolutely. They both use the run to work off the pass. They both like to sling it around when they get an opportunity, but they'll play some smash-mouth football when they have to. And, defensively, they both have a lot of team speed. So it looks like on paper to be one of those perfect matchups.
When you look at it, coming down the stretch, what could be the determining factor?
Well, obviously the elements in the field a little bit, but as Coach Gabriel said in the pregame before we talked to him before the game, Bill, and he said it could come down to coaching, could come down to the wind. You just never know. In a game like this, you just never know.
And you have to be amazed at the field. It's in remarkable shape considering all the snow we've had the past 2 days.
Yeah, they did a great job. They had over 30 guys coming out and working on the field. Some parents of some of the players and that kind of stuff came out and pushed some snow off the field. So it looks great. It's a little squishy, but should be a good time.
One thing I hate about the wind, you know what that is?
Your hair?
Messes up the dew. Should be a good game. Faith Christian taking on Holy Family. We'll be back with the opening kickoff after this. And welcome to Mike G. Gabriel Stadium for tonight's game between Faith Christian and Holy Family. Holy Family, the home team. They are in the purple jerseys with gold pants, gold helmets. The visiting Eagles from Faith Christian, they are in the road white with maroon pants and gold helmets. We are looking at the coin flip, and there is our official, as Holy Family has won the toss and has elected to receive. The referee tonight is Steve Hall. The head linesman, Chris Stearns. The umpire, Jim McKenzie. The line judge is Michael Semenego. And the back judge, Frank LaMentia. Bill Rogan along with Ryan Cloberdance. And Ryan, this is an eagerly anticipated matchup. The field is in pretty good shape considering the snow. But we'll see how conservative or how maybe wide open a coach may be in the early going.
Well, with the field conditions this early on, Bill, you just never know what you're going to get. Let's see if one of them comes out and tries to sling it around.
And there's the starters for the Tigers. The quarterback, Joe Summers. The fullback is Duncan Yost. Tailback, Mick Welder. The split end is Jeremiah Haynes. The flanker is Andrew Melcher. Tight end, Brian Murphy. The tackles are Kellen Krenz and Matt Miller. The guards, Vince Brienza and Nick Cobell. And the center is Seth Wilden. Defensively for Faith Christian, the defensive ends, Ty Wilson and Derek McCartney. The defensive tackles, Micah Applegate, an all-state player, along with Jordan Nagel. The nose guard is David Kim. The linebackers, Andy Anderson and Richard Rush, another all-stater. The corners, Evan Marshall and Stephen Armbruster. And the safeties, Michael Armbruster and Alex Bookman. The two Armbrusters are twins. So here we go. Heading back to receive the kickoff for Holy Family is Thomas Lambert along with Jonathan Geary.
And Jonathan Geary, last time we were here, Bill, Jonathan Geary had one heck of a football game with his legs, both running the football and kicking the football. Let's see if they can see what he can do here.
Evan Marshall will kick off. Nick Welder also deep for Holy Family, and we are underway. And it comes down to the 10-yard line. Lambert gets out to about the 25-yard line. And Holy Family has it 1st and 10.
Let's see what Mike Gabriel does. Maybe try to open it up right away. Try to pitch the ball around a little bit. See what this field does. See what the wind does to the ball the first few plays here. See if they can move the football.
And Ryan, we walked all over this field during the pregame, and there are some soft spots, but overall pretty decent field conditions.
Yeah, there's a few soft spots, but I don't think it's going to be a huge factor in the game. You might see a couple of guys wipe out early, though.
Joe Summers calling signals. And they're going to try to throw it. Down the middle, complete at the 35-yard line to Andrew Melcher coming across the middle. And it's a 1st down for Holy Family.
Yeah, they came out throwing the football, which is not an odd thing normally in a game for Holy Family, but in the elements like this, it kind of caught me by surprise. But like you said, Bill, they may try to come out and throw it early, and they definitely did, as you see Summers rolling against the grain here a little bit, against his body, and make a nice throw.
Yost up the middle, gets about 4 yards before he is taken down. In on the stop for the Eagles was Micah Applegate. Call it 2nd down and about 7 yards. 1 minute in. Faith Christian again 8-0. Holy Family 7-1. They are riding a 7-game winning streak. Their only blemish at Steamboat Springs in late August. Here's Geary. And he gets across the 40 to the 41-yard line. Picks up a yard, maybe 2, and that'll bring up a 3rd down, call it 4.
Not a terrible length for a 3rd down. I'm sure Coach Gabriel will take a 3rd and 4 as opposed to a 3rd and 10 or 3rd and 12. So definitely a manageable 3rd down, especially when you have an offense like Holy Family that can do things, can get a 1st down in a number of different ways.
Holy Family in 8 games, they have scored 297 points.
Not bad.
Austin Mall, the man in motion. Mall gets the handoff, and he gets tripped up. Sensational defensive play. On the tackle, Andy Anderson, the linebacker, found a seam and took down Mall. So time to punt for Holy Family, and Thomas Lambert will kick it away.
A slow developing play there, and Anderson took advantage of it, picked out the ball carrier, and made a nice tackle in the open field.
Alex Bookman and Derek Lepore are deep for the Eagles, standing at their own 25. Lambert gets it away. Fair catch called, and a good grab at the 31-yard line by Alex Bookman. And Ryan, anything in the air, especially punts, are going to be difficult to field.
Yeah, we got a kind of a west to east wind here tonight, Bill, kind of across the field if you're looking at it on your TV screen. So definitely if you put it up high in the air and it gets above the stands, the wind is going to play some tricks on it.
And we'll set the offense for Faith Christian after this play. The quarterback is Micah Twiddell. He's a senior, 5'9", 155 pounds. Laporte goes in motion. The handoff to the fullback, Garrett Bundick, and he picks up a yard, maybe 2, before he gets tackled. On the stop for Holy Family was Adam Schultz. There's the offense for Faith Christian. Fullback is Bundick. The wingbacks, Roche and Lepore. The wide receiver, Tyler Lynch. Tight end, Ty Wilson. He's a good one. Anderson, Nagel, Bannister, Applegate, and Keeney up front. 2nd down and 8. Again, Laporte in motion. He gets the pitch. Laporte trying to turn the corner, and he does. Laporte gets tripped up at the 48-yard line. A saving tackle by Austin Mall. If he doesn't make that play, it's 6 points.
Absolutely. Great tackle by Austin Mall in the open field. And we'll take a quick look at this, Bill. Coach Hubbard before the game said you'll see a lot of guys in motion almost every single play. You're going to have a man in motion, and you saw tailback go around the end here, and Austin Mall, number 8, right there in the middle of your screen, makes a nice touchdown saving tackle.
1st and 10 at the Holy Family 46-yard line for Faith Christian. Bundick, the fullback's got some room, and he gets taken down after a big gain. They'll mark it at the 33-yard line, so a 17-yard run, followed by a 15-yard scamper by Garrett Bundick.
Yes, all 6 feet, 170 pounds of him, Bill, and you can tell he's a lot taller than a lot of guys on that football field there. Runs standing straight up and just finds a seam on the right side and takes it for a first down.
Nate Golter may have saved a touchdown with that tackle. 1st and 10, ball at the 32-yard line. Twiddell calling signals from the shotgun. Twiddell in trouble, and he gets sacked. Colton Emick with the tackle. And that time Emick came through, and there's no place to go for Twiddell.
Yeah, designed rollout to the left, and Emick kind of snuck down the line of scrimmage and made a nice tackle when the quarterback turned it back towards the center of the field.
9-yard loss. And we have a timeout taken by Faith Christian. So 2nd down and 19, ball at the 41-yard line. And there's a look at the defense for Holy Family. The defensive ends, Medlin and Schultz. The tackles, Emick and McLean. Nose tackle is Elliott. Linebackers, Sullivan and Dorr. The safeties, Golter and Lambert. And the corners, Clay and Mall. Now, we've already seen Austin Mall make a terrific tackle to save a touchdown. Also, Nate Golter, the strong safety, may have saved a touchdown on Bundick.
Yeah, they run a 5-2, but really those safeties are pretty close to the line of scrimmage as we take a look at the crowd. Roughing the elements tonight, Bill. It's not warm out there. Good for them to come out and watch what should be a great football game.
Funny thing, before the game, we're talking to Coach Gabriel, and the coach was telling us that he and a bunch of people cleared off the field. A couple of cheerleaders came up to the coach to complain that he didn't clear off enough room for the cheerleaders.
They were out shoveling snow themselves so they could cheer.
So 2nd and 19 for the Eagles. Twiddell fires downfield. Laporte has it. Laporte will go in for the score. A 41-yard hookup. Twiddell to Laporte. And Faith Christian strikes first.
What a nice little touch pass by Twiddell. Just right over the top, Bill. Impressive.
And for Derek Laporte, that's his 3rd touchdown catch this year.
And now he gets the honor of holding the extra point.
Dylan Phillips will attempt the extra point. Phillips this year 4 for 4 on field goals. Line drive, no good. And that could prove costly, as, again, the footing is difficult. And he just lined that one.
Yeah, he looked like he hit a knuckleball there, Bill, as we see Twiddell look right. May have looked off a safety in the backfield there, and just a little touch pass over the top to Laporte. Caught the cornerback napping a little bit for Holy Family and takes it in for the score, as you see the 5 feet of snow or so on the back side of that football field, Bill, and Laporte goes in for 6.
That's the 14th touchdown pass of the year by Micah Twiddell.
Well-designed play, though, Bill. They kind of did a little misdirection to the right side, and Twiddell looked to the right side and then threw it back over the top on the left.
Welder and Lambert awaiting the kick from Evan Marshall. His last kick sailed down to about the 10-yard line. Again, a strong crosswind. And that ball is heading out of bounds into a snowbank. So they'll get the ball at the 35-yard line.
May have kicked that ball a little left, and when it got up into the wind, it really went left. That's a big mistake, though. You give football back in really good field position for Holy Family.
6-0, Faith Christian on top. Faith Christian defensively, they have 5 shutouts this year in 8 games, and the last 3 games they have thrown a shutout. So Holy Family would like to end that streak in a hurry. Andrew Melcher comes to the near side. Wagner to the far side. Hand off to Geary. And he picks up about 3 yards before he is met head-on.
We'll see if I'm sorry, Bill.
I was going to say Applegate on the tackle.
You're going to call that name quite a bit tonight.
So Ty Wilson got a piece of the ball carrier. 2nd down and a long 7.
See if Coach Gabriel tries to establish this line of scrimmage. They outweigh the defensive line for Faith Christian by about 50 pounds across that front there. See if they come out and pop some jaws a little bit and try to reestablish their line of scrimmage.
Haynes now to the near side. Summers out pattern to Melcher, complete for a 1st down. On the coverage, Stephen Armbruster, and Holy Family picks up their 2nd 1st down of the ball game.
Saw a little something that maybe they took advantage of there. Cornerback playing way off of Melcher, and they just ran a little 8-yard stop and hit him in stride, or hit him in the numbers.
Summers completing 55% of his passes. 1st and 10 Holy Family at their own 47-yard line. Wagner and Haynes split to the near side. Summers throws right, and it's batted down at the line of scrimmage. Getting a paw on it was Derek Kirchhoff, defensive end.
You know, they take those two 3-step drops like that, quick drops. You may not have a chance to get to the quarterback. Next best thing, just put your hand up and knock it down.
2nd and 10 for the Tigers. Haynes goes to the far side, Wagner to the near side. Split backs behind Summers. And it's Yost picking up 5. Making the tackle from a prone position was Derek Kersel again. So call it 3rd and 5. Now in the game that you saw, Ryan, against Erie that you did with Brett Davis, I wasn't here that night unfortunately, but
everybody's still happy about that.
Yes, Yost had a very good game.
Absolutely had a good game. They dominated the line of scrimmage. Holy Family dominated the line of scrimmage against Erie. They're trying to establish right here and didn't work too well.
Yost gets wrapped up as Richard Rush leads the charge. Also in on the stop was Andy Anderson. So the drive stalls at the 48 of the Faith Christian Eagles. Thomas Lambert will boot it away once again. Bookman and Lepore deep for the Eagles. And a fair catch called once again, this time at the 20-yard line, as Bookman with the sure hands makes the play. And so Holy Family back on defense, and again a chance to see the high-powered offense of Faith Christian. Faith Christian's offense now 370 points scored. They've only allowed 20.
Faith Christian might have lulled Holy Family to sleep a little bit on that first drive. They ran the ball for the first 80% of it, and then the last 2 plays, 2 big pass plays for a touchdown.
Twiddell is the QB, and he'll keep it up the middle, and he goes nowhere. Maybe gets back to the line of scrimmage as Matthew McLean, the 6'2", 215-pound junior, wrapped him up around the legs.
Faith Christian's coach Hubbard said before the game, Bill, that they run what is almost like a Florida Gators type of offense where they'll put a lot of men in motion and maybe even do a quarterback sneak like that or throw it around a little bit. You just never know what's going to come out of this formation.
Lepore in motion again. Twiddell keeps, pitches to Lepore, down the sidelines, 1st down and more. As Lambert and Mall finally corral him at the 45-yard line. So it's 1st and 10 for Faith Christian at their own 45.
This is a new wrinkle to this offense, Bill. We haven't seen this yet tonight. This is a little option to the left. Caught a couple of guys off guard on the edge there. Just couldn't seal it up, and Lepore catches the sidelines and turns it into a big gain.
Wasn't the greatest pitch in the world by Twiddell.
Nice hands, though, by Lepore to pull it in.
He just reached out and snagged it. Nolan Beasley in as a wide receiver, split to the near side. And a flag. We could have a delay of game. Again, our referee is Steve Hall. So false start on the Eagles. That'll push Faith Christian back 5 yards. 4:19 to go in the first quarter. 6-0 Faith Christian.
No time's a great time for a penalty, but when you just get a big play and then you come back to the line of scrimmage and false start, then that puts yourself in a hole pretty quickly.
Here's the handoff to the fullback, Bundick, and he gets a yard, maybe 2, as he gets off the turf. On the tackle was Tim Sullivan. Sullivan, 5'10", 200-pound senior. And we might have an equipment adjustment here as Bundick exits. And an official's timeout. Might have had something wrong with his helmet.
Yeah, they'll take time and let him work with it. He gets a few seconds. If he can't get it to work, then they'll have to send him off and bring in a different player.
Richard Rush has replaced Bundick at the fullback spot. Brandon Roche in motion. Tweddell keeps. Tweddell heads toward the sidelines where Lambert shoves him out, and they go into a mud pile. This field is crowned, so the water will drain off to the sidelines, and it gets a little squishy down there.
Yeah, especially on the sidelines where you've got 60, 65 players standing all game too. Gonna miss you're gonna watch a missed tackle right there by King Medlin. If he just would have kept his feet, I think he would have probably been able to wrap him up, but went for the dive there, and that's the way you like to see a quarterback finish off a run, lower his head and pop a defensive back to coming up to make the tackle.
Richard Rush close to a first down before he is tackled by Tim Sullivan.
He's going to be short, Bill, according to the spot that the referees are giving him there.
So 4th down, maybe less than a yard. 4th and maybe 2 feet. And they're going to go for it. Under 3 minutes to go, first quarter. Ball at the 47-yard line of Holy Family. And they're trying to draw him off sides. And a timeout taken by the Eagles. That is their second timeout of this first half.
Good concentration by the defensive line of Holy Family there, not jumping off sides.
And there's the Holy Family record. They've been crushing some teams. 60-0, 42-0, 59-8. Now granted, Jefferson, Middle Park, and the Pinnacle have struggled this year, and they're building programs, but still. And we've seen Mike Gabriel at times where they have beaten teams bad, and they try not to run up the score, but sometimes you can't help it.
Well, you can't tell kids to stop playing because you get kids hurt in that situation. You get a chance for your JV teams to get in there. So. And
you see Faith Christian, they've crushed just about every team they've played. The closest one was Platte Valley, a 16-13 game. And the only other team to score on them, the Academy, scored a touchdown, and that's it. Here we go, 4th and less than a yard.
Let's see what they've got up their sleeve this time.
Quarterback sneak, perhaps. And moving on the left side of the line. Looks like Andy Anderson, the left tackle, jumping. And that will force the punting unit to come out. So a big mistake by Faith Christian.
Especially when you've been dominating line of scrimmage early on like they've been doing, Bill. 4th and half a yard or so, you should pretty much pick that up if you're, jumping out and punching people, but can't have those mental mistakes.
Evan Marshall will punt. Standing at their own 20-yard line, Welder and Lambert. Gets the punt away. Lambert chases after it as it rolls dead at around the 15-yard line.
I think it died in the marsh over there, Bill.
This is good punting weather as far as keeping the ball from rolling into the end zone.
You can make it check up a little bit, can't you?
Yes. 2:35 to go, first quarter. Still 6-0 Faith Christian. As they struck early, a 41-yard touchdown pass. Tweddell to Lepore. And Joe Summers leads his Tiger offense out. Summers this year, 6 touchdown passes. Wagner comes to the near side, Melcher to the far side. I formation behind Summers. A lot of gold helmets out there tonight if you like gold helmets. Here's the tailback, Geary, and he gets hit and goes backwards.
Holy smokes.
Geary got drilled as on the tackle for the Eagles was Michael Armbruster, 5'10", 165-pound senior.
And he put every last bit of that weight into that tackle right there. Way to meet a man at the hole.
Geary only 150 pounds.
He lost that battle.
Still got a yard. 2nd down and 9.
Always looking at the positive, aren't you, Bill?
Better than losing a yard. Here's, looks like Welder. And Welder picks up a couple of yards, more than a couple, maybe about 5. Call it 3rd down and 4 for Holy Family, as the ball is just shy of the 20-yard line, right at the 19. Again, temperatures probably around 30 degrees, a little colder with the wind chill as the stiff breeze blowing across the field.
Both coaches before the game, Bill, talked about how when the sun goes down, the wind will probably die down. Yeah, it's not done that so far.
No, it hasn't. Summers, outlet pass too far, intended for Welder. Covered on the play by Michael Armbruster. And that'll bring up a 4th down.
Welder is down, Bill, right up against the sidelines. This looks like the first pass play that they started the game with, Bill, where they hit a guy across the middle, just trying to get the first down here off to Welder. We'll see where he gets hurt. It landed with most of his weight on that left shoulder, Bill. He may have something there with his left arm or left shoulder.
Yeah, all his weight landed on that shoulder, and he also had Armbruster on top of him. One nice thing is at least the ground is soft. But again, this doesn't look good as Nick Welder gets up. He's actually hopping on his
left ankle.
It looks like his left leg is banged up a little bit. So we hope he's okay as he's being assisted off the field. Punting situation, Thomas Lambert will kick it deep. And again, awaiting the ball is Alex Bookman and Derek Lepore. They wait at the 40-yard line. Good snap. Nice kick. At the 50, it's Bookman. Bookman tries to turn the corner and does. And he gets knocked out of bounds after pickup of about 10 yards. Actually going to spot him 2 yards closer. So it'll be spotted at the 42-yard line of Holy Family. Excellent starting position here for the Eagles.
Well, and they're playing the battle of field position so far, and they're winning it, keeping Holy Family from moving the football and making them punt deep in their own territory, and they get the ball on the right side of the 50, if you will.
So the Eagles and their quarterback, Micah Twiddell. Back in the game is Garrett Burdick, the fullback. Double wing backs and a whistle. Timeout, Holy Family. They only had 10 guys out there.
Little confusion so far for Holy Family in this one. You know, that could have had something to do with the injury to Nick Welder. Personnel in and out, you just never know exactly where communication goes wrong. But
well, this game can be seen again Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., Wednesday at 2 o'clock, the old matinee special, Thursday evening, prime time, and Saturday at 6 o'clock p.m. That's the playback schedule. You can also get these DVDs for $10, which is a pretty good bargain. Just go to broomfield.org for all the information. You can also get information on the other programs that you can see on KCCB. So with 57 seconds left in the first quarter, Faith Christian has a first down at the Holy Family 42-yard line.
Let's see if Holy Family's defense can force another punt here, try to get the ball back with back in their offensive hands.
Twiddell. Downfield deep, and it is intercepted. Austin Mall has it. Mall weaving his way through traffic and is taken out of bounds at the 35-yard line.
That's one way to get it back.
A 19-yard return after the interception. First turnover of the night. And Austin Mall in the right place.
Yeah, so you see Twiddell drop back. Throws a nice tight spiral. Problem is he just throws it about 8 yards too far, right into the hands of Austin Mall, and lucky to hold on to that ball as he almost got it slapped free, and a nice little nifty little return over to the left sidelines.
Tigers back on offense. Down by 6. Summers play action. Across the middle, complete. Wagner, 12-yard pickup, first down, Holy Family.
That's a nice way to start a drive out after a big turnover for Holy Family.
And the Holy Family fans on their feet.
Some of them are just standing up to keep warm, too.
I kind of feel bad for the Faith Christian fans. They have no protection from the wind.
Well, there's
some of the fans here have the press box, and
some of them they get behind the snowdrift.
Yeah, you could build an igloo over there and stay warm and watch the game. Summers 3 for 5 for 36 yards. Ball at the Holy Family 47. Summers across the middle, complete once again. Close to a first down. On the catch was Brian Murphy, the tight end.
Finding a soft spot so far in the middle of that field, Bill. Most of their successful plays have come across the middle in the way of a pass. So you watch Summers throw a nice dart across the middle.
12th catch of the season for Brian Murphy, and that's the end of the first quarter of play. Our score, Faith Christian 6, Holy Family nothing. Second quarter next. Holy Family will have first and 10 at the Faith Christian 43-yard line. Deepest penetration of the game so far for the Tigers. They have 4 first downs. And Summers starting to heat up with the pass.
I think they're waiting for us, Bill.
And they are waiting for us.
You know,
we talk to the officials before every game. We just asked them for a couple of extra seconds between quarters.
That extra money you give them sure goes a long way.
So Victor Seif, our fine director, can make sure we're set to go for the second quarter.
Hey, a couple of those guys are not real happy with the situation.
The rushing stats for Holy Family. Yost is the leading rusher, 10 yards. They only ran for 15 yards in that first quarter, Holy Family. And so they decide to go to the air. Maybe that will loosen up the running game.
Yeah, across the middle. Most of the big plays have been coming across the middle. See if Faith Christian can make the adjustment.
Summers under pressure. Pass incomplete, intended for Geary. That'll bring up a second down and 10. And here's another look at the rollout.
Yeah, just a little bit too far out in front of Geary, and he only got one paw on it, and he's trying to catch what is probably a little bit of a brick out there, Bill, and just couldn't pull it in.
Michael Armbruster on the coverage. It would have been a short pickup anyway. Second and 10. And here's Geary. He gets about 2, maybe 3 yards before he is cut down. Fine tackle by Andy Anderson, the 175-pound senior.
I've called his name a few times tonight. Plays a mean defensive line.
And you have to be mean on the defensive line.
Well, yes, you do. You're not getting a whole lot of accolades down there, you know.
Okay, Ryan, I have to ask you, if you were playing in this game, it's very cold, very windy, would you go with the sleeves or non-sleeves?
Hey, that's not even a question. Of course I'd go with sleeves, but you notice almost everyone on the Holy Family Tigers is not wearing any sleeves out there.
And we have a timeout taken by Holy Family. That is their second. So both teams have just one timeout remaining here in the first half of play. Again, to recap, the only scoring thus far in the first quarter, a 41-yard touchdown. Micah Twiddell to Derek Lepore, 41 yards, and that made it 6-0 for Faith Christian. However, the extra point was missed, and the kicking game tonight could be an adventure with the soft surface. And it's always important to know what's going on in your community, and KCCB is on the scene. You can catch the city council meetings the second and fourth Tuesday, 6 o'clock. They're also rebroadcast. And again, all the information you need for council meetings, for sporting events, whatever, go to broomfield.org. And there's the calendar of events. Veterans Day celebration at Broomfield High School. November is upon us.
Yeah.
Good heavens. 3rd down and 9 for Holy Family. Wagner in motion. Summers downfield looking for Wagner, and that ball is picked off by Stephen Armbruster at the 25-yard line. And so a turnover. And so each team now has thrown an interception. That's the 4th interception thrown by Summers this year.
And you're going to see a quarterback in Joe Summers that just doesn't see a cornerback on the outside edge. Sees a streak of purple going down the sidelines and just doesn't see Armbruster and throws it right in his hands.
You know, both teams have gold helmets. I wonder if that can cause any confusion for a quarterback. And there's a lot of guys in a pattern and a lot of defensive players.
Well, when you got a lot of gold helmets chasing you, it probably caused a little confusion too.
So 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Twiddell, the pitch, and that is covered very well.
Yeah, Holy Family really stretched that play out really nicely, Bill. Filled the gaps and made the play.
That was Orrin Toole, a sophomore, his first carry of the night.
And Twiddell, he keeps this ball as long as he possibly can without cutting it back up to the middle of the field and pitches it out, and there's a couple of guys in purple to meet him.
Thomas Lambert with the tackle. Here's Toole again, and he goes down. He lost a yard the previous play, might have gotten back to the original line of scrimmage.
Tried a little misdirection that time, running everybody to the left, give it to the quick fullback hit to the right side. It just didn't go anywhere.
King Medlin was on the tackle. I wonder if King Medlin knows the quarterback for Broomfield, Eric Kaiser.
Because his name's King?
King and Kaiser.
Oh, boy.
All right, it's a stretch.
Who's your rider?
3rd and long. Twiddell keeps, and he will be well short of the first down. Gang tackled at the 30-yard line. So that time Twiddell elected not to pitch. Probably a wise move because Holy Family had diagnosed that one in a hurry. So Marshall will punt.
They figured out the option relatively quickly, haven't they? The Holy Family Tigers are stretching it out a little bit and force a punt here. So nothing hurt on the turnover, Bill. They get the ball back.
Marshall to kick. Lambert waiting at his own 35-yard line. Kick is away, and it's a high kick. Lambert has some room. Takes it across the 40 to the 43-yard line before he's swarmed over. Leading the special teams charge for the Eagles was Joshua Spitzer. So back and forth field position type game so far. 43-yard punt for Marshall.
43-yard punt, and that's not necessarily into a wind, but has a wind. What's a wind aided? Let's put it that way. See, Holy Family moved the ball well until they turned it over. Let's see if they can keep that momentum.
Yost and Geary in the backfield. And here's Geary with some room. Geary crosses the midfield point, picks up a first down, gain of 11. So that's maybe the best rushing play of the night for the Tigers.
Billy, you're going to see Geary's not the type of guy that's going to make a whole lot of guys miss, but what he's going to do is cover the ball with two hands, and he's going to work hard at the end of runs to get a couple of extra yards, and he does right there and gets a first down.
Evan Marshall saved an even bigger gainer with the tackle. 5 carries, 19 yards for Geary. He's got it again. And this time he loses a yard. Applegate making good penetration. Also, Derek Kirchel with the tackle.
Micah Applegate sniffed that thing out from the get-go. A little fake to the right, come back to the left with Geary, and didn't fake out Micah Applegate.
Vincent Brienza and Colton Emick running in plays, alternating on the offensive line. You don't often see offensive linemen rotating in plays.
Trying to keep fresh legs, and that's one part of the Holy Family team where they feel they're a little bit deep.
Jeremiah Haynes comes split to the near side. Melcher in the slot right, and a whistle at the snap.
Came from the back, Judge, so that's going to be delay of game, Bill.
So that'll push Holy Family back 5 yards. And if you're going to rotate plays in with offensive linemen, you have to get the plays in quicker.
Or get them in the sprints faster. Get them, make them run some wind sprints more in practice.
First penalty of the night for Holy Family. 2nd and 15. Summers, outlet pass to Melcher, complete, but for no gain. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and 16 for Holy Family. They need to get down to the 37-yard line of Faith Christian.
Watch this next possession here, this next offensive possession here, Bill. See if anybody in the defensive line lines up over the football and almost offsides. Last play sure looked like it.
Well, looks good to me. I have a pretty good spot at it. Applegate right over the football. Summers zips it. Incomplete through the hands of Wagner. Close to first down yardage. Marshall on the coverage. That was a well-thrown ball and should have been a completion.
Absolutely should have been a completion. There's not a whole lot more you can do with this ball, Bill, and Summers put some stink on that ball. Got it out to the far sideline and just right through the hands of his wide receiver.
Bookman and Lepore deep, awaiting the kick of Lambert. Lambert gets it away. Short kick, and it will drop at the 34-yard line of Faith Christian. That's where the Eagles will take over. But a pretty good job by Lambert, as the snap was a little wide. Yeah. Just an 18-yard punt, but it could have been worse.
Yeah, a snap a little wide. It basically runs him right into a defender, and he's just got to try to kick it away and not get it blocked.
They'll spot it right on the 35-yard line. Again, 6-0, Faith Christian leading. The Eagles, the #1 team in the state, 2A. Holy Family is 3rd rated. Holy Family with a 7-game winning streak. And Faith Christian has not tasted defeat this year. They are 8-0. In the shotgun is Micah Twiddell. Pitch to the wingback, and that's Brandon Roche, and he gets hit hard. Stacked up at the line of scrimmage. May have gotten a yard.
It's odd, Bill, that you haven't seen Lepore carry the ball much since the first possession of the football game for Faith Christian. So we watch a little pitch over the right side.
Matthew McLean on the tackle. They're going to say no gain. So 2nd down and 10. Quarterback keeper, and good heavens, laying the lumber was Tim Sullivan. The 200-pound middle linebacker, Sullivan, introduces himself to the 155-pound Twiddell, and it was not a pleasant meeting.
Watch a kid get a highlight hit right here as Twiddell tries to find his way through the defensive line, and just saw nothing but a purple shoulder pad in his face mask.
That's a good call, Ryan. That was a perfect form tackle. So 3rd down and 9, and Twiddell gets stacked up again. Sullivan in the mix. Also making the play for the Tigers was Adam Schultz, the defensive end. So an impressive defensive stand by the Tigers. And they should get the ball in decent field position as Marshall will boot it away once again Standing at his 32-yard line, his own 32, is Thomas Lambert.
Starting to see the Holy Family Tigers ratchet up that defense a little bit, starting to figure out a few of these plays for Faith Christian.
Right now, Holy Family outplaying the Tigers, but they can't get down close. Excellent punt. Going back to field at his 25 is Lambert. Lambert straight up the middle, and he gets sandwiched by 3 Eagles. This is a hard-hitting football game here tonight.
Richard,
40-yard punt.
Richard Rush on the tackle that time, Bill. Yeah, hard hitting, and you know those hits feel a little bit worse when it's about 30 degrees out and the wind's blowing. So
5:11 to go in the second quarter. 6-0 Faith Christian holding on to that lead. Holy Family 70 yards away from the goal line. 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
So we watch Rush lay a lick on Lambert here.
Handoff to Yost, and Yost gets stacked up, squirts forward for about a yard. Has good tackle by Alex Bookman, the free safety, coming up. 2nd down and 9 at the 31-yard line. Good crowd on hand. And you got to give it to the fans on both teams coming out on a night like tonight. As you can see, the snow all over surrounding the field. They did a lot of work to get this field playable for tonight, so kudos to the Holy Family staff. Here's Geary up the middle, and he gets a yard. Might have been a loose football.
He's reaching for the back of his head too, Bill.
Geary may have a stinger of some type. Hope he's okay. Anytime you see a kid grab his head or neck, you worry about it.
I've had a stinger, Bill. Those are not fun. Not fun at all. Feels as if you get your neck almost compressed, your discs compressed. It's not a fun situation.
It burning sensation?
It just kind of knocks the wind out of you a little bit, kind of makes you immobile.
So 3rd and 7 at the 33-yard line for Holy Family. Summers with the play action. Outlet pass complete to Yost, and Yost is tackled shy of the 1st down. Excellent play by Lepore on defense. That'll force the punting unit to come out for Holy Family.
Basic concept, same basic concept on this pass play, Bill, where they roll Summers out to his offhand, and they hit the back or the tight end coming underneath there and tried to get the 1st down, just came up a little shy.
4th and 1. Low snap. Lambert gets it away. Fielded by Bookman on the run. And he gets taken down inside Holy Family territory at the 46-yard line. So a poor snap. Lambert did his best to get rid of it. And good field position for Faith Christian. That was just a 16-yard punt.
Not going to look great in the box score, Bill, but if you ask Lambert or you ask Holy Family, that was a successful punt.
1st and 10. The senior Micah Twiddell in shotgun. Hands to the fullback, Burdick. Flags fly after a minimal pickup.
Looks like we've got holding on the offense, Bill. It's going to march Faith Christian back a few.
I should say Bundick, not Burdick. I was close, but not close enough. 3rd penalty of the night for Faith Christian. They've been penalized 20 yards.
See if we can see the holding call here, Bill. Got to be right there in the mix there. Tight end on the outside edge. The handful of jersey.
Morgan Dorr and Tim Sullivan combining on that tackle. Sullivan has been very active. 1st and 20. Ball at the 45-yard line of Faith Christian. Bundick and Roche split to the far side. Twiddell across the middle, wide open, complete to Marshall. Marshall with running room, breaks a tackle, touchdown, Faith Christian. A 55-yard connection.
Holy smokes, wide open in the middle of the field. Definitely a missed assignment from Holy Family.
They spread the defense out, and Marshall was alone across the middle. Second touchdown pass of the night for Twiddell. His 15th TD pass of the season. And for Evan Marshall, his 4th touchdown reception. And they're going to go for 2.
They didn't have too much success on their extra point try last time.
And they call a timeout. That is the final timeout of the half by Faith Christian. Let's take another look at that 55-yard hookup. Twiddell to Marshall.
And Marshall just split out to the left side and runs right up the middle of the field with no one around him. Catches the ball and breaks one tackle, and he's in for a touchdown.
Marshall, 6'2", 171 pounds, just a junior. And Holy Family's defense has played very well tonight, except for 2 plays. The 41-yard touchdown pass, and now the 55-yard pass.
Yeah, 2 big pass plays. They get burned a little bit on those 2 pass plays, but otherwise they've been playing pretty stout on the, especially against the run.
Twiddell now 2 of 3 for 96 yards and 2 touchdowns. He's also thrown an interception. Don Apodaca, our ace stat man. So they're going to go for 2. In motion is Toole. Toole gets the pitch, trying to turn the corner. He is hit, and he is short. He does not get in, so the 2-point attempt foiled. Not sure who made the play. Might have been Morgan Dorr, the linebacker. See if we can get another shot on the replay.
Just a great defensive effort from Holy Family, stretching out that pitch play again. Not really necessarily an option on this. Twiddell gives it up pretty early. There's Lambert stretching it out, and then
actually Austin
Mall comes up and makes the tackle.
Also on the assist on that tackle was King Medlin, the junior. So 12-0 in favor of Faith Christian.
It's not a score you see very often.
No. Wind still kicking strong from the press box out toward the lake. Or is it a pond?
That's a really great question. In Colorado, that's a lake.
Okay.
Anywhere else on the earth? Yeah.
Can't see the lake tonight since it is a night game, but we have done day games here before at Holy Family before they put the lights in. Very picturesque setting. Marshall, a line drive kick, and this one may go out of bounds. Second time tonight he's kicked the ball out of bounds. So Holy Family will begin at the 35-yard line. And with 2:36 to go, 1 timeout left, there is time to get down to get a score.
Oh, absolutely. It's plenty of time. Just got to work your sidelines, call your timeout when you get a chance, spike the ball. Plenty of time, Bill.
And again, Faith Christian has 5 shutouts this year in 8 games, including 3 consecutive shutouts. So it has not been easy for opponents to put points on the board.
Brian Murphy slipped coming out to his wide receiver position, and he's caught the ball right there.
Murphy with the 6-yard gain. Second down and 4. Holy Family should be in a hurry up. Yeah. Summers another completion. Summers is 7 for 11 on the night and 59 yards. Haynes goes to the far side. Hall to the near side. Split backs. Sideline pattern over the head of Austin Mall. Would have been good for a first down. On the coverage was Steven Armbruster. 2 minutes exactly on the clock.
Summers just a little out of sync there. Just throws a ball over the head of his wide receiver. Would have been a first down, Bill, and I don't know if I necessarily call what they're running as a hurry-up offense. I'd maybe a up-tempo.
Well, Melcher will be the wide receiver to the far side. Coming to the near side for Holy Family is King Medlin. Play action. Pass deflected, incomplete. Derek McCartney got a paw on it. And that'll bring up a 4th down and a decision for Mike Gabriel.
I think you have to punt it. You have to punt it, but at the same time you're kicking yourself that you only burned about 35, 40 seconds off that clock, and you're giving the ball back to Faith Christian with basically a 2-minute drill and probably pretty decent field position.
And Holy Family could not take advantage of the kickoff that went out of bounds. Good snap this time. Lambert gets it away. Nice punt. And a fair catch call by Lepore. He fumbles. Ball is loose. And Holy Family, I believe, has it. Again, the wind playing tricks, and Holy Family does indeed have the football. On the recovery for the Tigers, it looked like Matthew Miller.
We'll take a good look at it here, Bill, as we see Lambert get away the punt, and this is just a muff. Wind might have played a little bit of a factor in that, as you see Miller jump on the football and get his team a new fresh set of downs deep in Faith Christian territory.
Holy Family 1st and 10 at the 29 of the Eagles. Summers, little dump off pass to Yost, who gets cut down by Anderson after a short gain. Again, Holy Family has 1 timeout. That is a pickup of about 4 yards. Call it 2nd down and 6. Ball at the 26-yard line.
Kind of hustle a little bit more than this, Bill.
Murphy, the tight end, is split to the far side. Melcher and Jackson to the near side. Summers drills it complete about the 22-yard line. Pass was caught by Melcher. That'll bring up a 3rd and short for Holy Family, and the clock stops with 1:07 to go.
Well, he got out of bounds. He caught it and rolled himself out of bounds, Bill, as we watch this one come right into your living room. Melcher rolls out of bounds to stop the clock. Well, he did put a knee down before he got out of bounds. The referee giving him the benefit of the doubt on that one.
It's certainly inbounds. 3rd and 3. Summers pulls it down and runs. 1st down inside the 15-yard line. Tackled by Anderson.
It's a great play by Summers. He's been going to that little short out for 3-4 plays now, and then just looks it off, finds a gap in the middle, and runs for the 1st down.
Clock stops momentarily while they set the chains. Now it's running. Under a minute to go. 55 seconds and counting. Holy Family 1 timeout left. 1st and 10. Yost, the lone back. Summers looking to the end zone, and Melcher. Melcher has it. No signal yet. Looked like a touchdown to me, and it is. A jump ball. Melcher may have gotten away with a little push off, but there was no question he caught the ball in bounds. No flags, and it's a touchdown for Holy Family. The 7th touchdown pass of the year by Joe Summers, and the 2nd TD reception for Andrew Melcher, the senior. And we'll take a look at the replay following the extra point.
He might have gotten away with a little bit of a push-off, Bill, but that's a kind of a jump ball situation, and Melcher just wanted that ball more than the defensive back. And I think the referees made the right decision. Talk it over, make sure they both knew what they saw, and then made the call.
Jonathan Geary will attempt the extra point. Kick is up, and it is good. Geary now 19 for 19 in extra points this year.
We'll take a look
Ryan,
at this.
take us through this.
Yeah, we'll take a look at this replay here. This is just a fade pattern into the near corner, Bill, and See if Melcher gets away with a little bit of a push. Couldn't see it there. Gets a catch, foot down. He is inbounds. That is a touchdown.
And good coverage by Stephen Armbruster. Just a well-executed play by Holy Family. They take advantage of the turnover, and it's 12-7 Faith Christian with 40 seconds left. Faith Christian has no timeouts as they get the ball back. So that was a huge recovery on the fumble. Again, recovering the fumble was Matthew Miller for Holy Family, the junior. He pounced on it in a hurry. So Geary will kick off. 3 men deep for Holy Family, or check that for Faith Christian. And it's a good kick, and it goes into the end zone. How about that? The wind has died down a little bit, I noticed. The flag above the scoreboard is not flying as briskly as it once did.
Yeah, Geary's a good kicker. He just kind of punches that ball and line drive kick and got it into the end zone.
So 1st and 10 for Faith Christian at the 20-yard line. Bill Rogan along with Ryan Cloberdans, our stat man Don Apodaca, and our director, of course, Victor Seif. Our crew certainly doing a fine job under tough conditions. There's a good shot of the quarterback, Micah Twiddell, number 5. Twiddell going deep. He's got a man. Complete. Lepore down the sidelines for a touchdown. 80 yards. And the Holy Family crowd is stunned.
Well, they should be. Unbelievable.
3rd touchdown pass of the night by Twiddell. He's now thrown for 176 yards on those 3 touchdown passes. Wow. 18-7, Faith Christian. They will try to add the extra point. They missed an extra point earlier. They failed on a 2-point conversion. And now Dylan Phillips will try to make it 19-7. Good snap, kick is up, and it is good. Well, Ryan, that is a punch to the stomach for Holy Family. What happened here?
Well, you're going to see Micah Dorr. See if you can see it in this replay. Just missed Micah Dorr for Holy Family. Just took a step forward. Lepore just and runs past him. Catches that ball in stride. Great throw by Twiddell. Right in stride, right on the money, and Lepore's got green acres all the way to the end zone.
What I liked about that, too, Lepore did not look around. He just put his head forward and ran as fast as he could, even though he had about 20 yards on the closest Holy Family defender.
Why Morgan Dorr at a linebacker position is guarding somebody out on the wing? That's another question all the way around, and definitely Faith Christian definitely took advantage of a mismatch there.
And there was no safety help either. That was just a bad defensive play by Holy Family. 26 seconds on the clock here in the second quarter. So Holy Family, after scoring and breaking that long shutout streak by Faith Christian, they give up an 80-yard bomb. Marshall will kick it off. He's kicked 2 out of bounds tonight. Punches this one down to the goal line where it's dropped and picked up. And out to the 30-yard line, and still digging is Morgan Jackson. I should say Jackson Wagner. Flag on the play.
I'm not exactly sure what this flag is for, Bill, but they're marking it off before they actually even tell us what it is.
It's a hold on Holy Family. Okay, Ryan, if you're head coach Mike Gabriel, do you try to answer Faith Christian with a bomb of your own, or do you just play it safe and go into the locker room?
Well, Coach Gabriel's going to play it safe. You're deep in your own territory. Now me, probably pretty mad that I just got scored a quick touchdown on me. I might try to throw one up there. What's it going to hurt if it gets intercepted 30 yards down the field?
Summers takes a knee, and that will do it for the first half of play here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium. Our halftime score is Faith Christian 19, Holy Family 7. And the Eagles charged toward the locker room as they struck for an 80-yard touchdown pass just prior to the half ending. Bill Rogan along with Ryan Clobert. We thank you for tuning in to high school football on Broomfield Channel 8. And when we return, we'll have the halftime stats and the third quarter after this. And there is our halftime score. Faith Christian 19, Holy Family 7. And we'll take a look at the halftime stats. Ryan Clobert. What strikes you the most?
Well, how about 176 yards in the air for Faith Christian and 80 of it on one pass play?
And there you see total yards. Faith Christian 246 to 127. Big turnover, though, by Faith Christian. Allowed Holy Family to score. And first down, 7-3 Holy Family. Rushing yards, I think Holy Family would like to do better in the second half than 46 yards, 70 for Faith Christian. The scoring summary, Faith Christian scored in the first quarter. A 41-yard pass, Micah Twiddell to Derek Lepore. The extra point was no good. It was 6-0 Faith Christian. Then in the second quarter, a 55-yard hookup, Twiddell to Evan Marshall. The two-point conversion was not good, so it was 12-0. Then Holy Family, after a fumbled punt by Faith Christian, a 13-yard pass, Joe Summers to Andrew Melcher. The extra point was good by Geary, and that made it 12-7. Holy Family trailing by 5, but then Faith Christian responded after the ensuing kickoff. An 80-yard pass, Twiddell to Lepore. The extra point was good, and that's where we stand 19-7. And we are set to go. Geary will kick off. Lepore is deep, along with Bookman. So see if Holy Family has a big second half. Little pooch punt or kick will drop at the 21-yard line. Ball is loose, scramble for it, and it looks like Faith Christian has it. Alertly getting on the football, one of the Eagles.
Yeah, sometimes you can sneak a little pooch kick in there between the deep men and the upbacks, and the upbacks don't know where it lands. They don't even turn around to watch it, and you might be able to sneak in and jump on top of it.
Orrin Toole was able to recover the loose ball. Very alert. So the Eagles of Faith Christian High School will start at the 22-yard line. Again, they are 8-0, ranked number 1 in the state. Holy Family 7-1, and they are riding a 7-game winning streak. Micah Twiddell is the quarterback. Double wingbacks. Twiddell firing downfield. It is incomplete through the hands of Garrett Bundick, the fullback. That could have been a big gainer. It will be 2nd down and 10.
Faith Christian may not be as big as Holy Family, but they are definitely faster, and they came out right there with a fly right down the middle of the field, and had Twiddell thrown the ball up, they probably would have had another 6 points.
Nolan Beasley, wide receiver, comes in. He's split to the near side. Lepore split to the far side. The backs, Roche and Bundick. Roche in motion. Fake to him. Twiddell downfield. It is intercepted. Flag on the play, however. Hold everything. Austin Mall with the pick. His second of the night. But again, a penalty marker on the field. And this will be huge. And here's our official. And it will be against Faith Christian. They had an illegal man downfield. And Ryan, this is certainly a play that can get Holy Family back in this ball game.
Well, and really only one man goes out into the pattern here, Bill. The Twiddell really only has one person to throw to, and Austin Mall sees that, steps in front of the receiver, and makes a nice play on defense and gives the ball back to Holy Family deep in Faith Christian territory.
We talked to Blair Hubbard, the head coach of Faith Christian. We asked him about turnovers, and he said his team has not been turnover prone. Tonight, though, 3 turnovers. Joe Summers, the quarterback, gives to Jonathan Geary. And Geary gets good yardage, a nice chunk, about 9 yards inside the 25-yard line of Faith Christian. They'll spot it at about the 22, close to a first down. It will be 2nd down and 2, an 8-yard gain for Geary. It was shaken up in the first half, but he appears to be fine.
Pretty much the best way you could start a half for Coach Gabriel here after kicking the ball off.
Yost is the fullback. Pitch to Geary. Geary cuts it inside and has the first down to the 16-yard line. Bookman on the stop. So Holy Family in business, another first down.
Just riding the block of Seth Wilden out there on the right side and picks up the first down.
Miller, Cobell, Wilden, Brienza, and Krenz, the offensive line. Tight end, King Medlin on the right. Double tight ends, Murphy on the left. Geary again up the middle. Geary inside the 10-yard line, where he's tackled by Marshall and Michael Armbruster. Now let's take another look at that quick hitter up the middle for Holy Family.
Gonna watch a bunch of purple shirts down the field. Nice downfield blocking by the wide receivers, and both hands on the football. Matthew Miller with a nice block downfield as well. Also has a fumble recovery as well.
So the offensive line of Holy Family exerting themselves here early third quarter. And right now the officials conferring. Geary, 10 carries, 44 yards.
Replacing the pylon, Bill, over on this near sideline fell over.
I'm still waiting for somebody to catch a pass and go flying into a snowbank. That would humor me. It would probably make a good highlight. 2nd down and 1 for the Tigers. Geary off right tackle inside the 5-yard line as he gets taken down by David Kim, the nose guard. First down, Holy Family.
I guess Coach Gabriel sat down with his offensive line and said, "You're bigger than these kids. Punch them in the mouth, push them back. We're running the football this half," and they've done that on this drive. As you see Geary go over the right side again, working that right side of the offensive line, picking up a first down.
1st and goal to go for the Tigers. Ball at the 4-yard line of Faith Christian. Summers blowing on his hands. Wind has died down. It's not even apparent right now. Geary pinballs his way toward the goal line. He's not in. It'll be 2nd down, but he does get positive yardage on the tackle for the Eagles. Was Ty Wilson.
Watch Geary here on his, it's a good call, Bill, pinballing his way, gets hit initially and then hit again from the side and jumps his way ahead, pushes his way ahead to get close to that goal line.
Wesley Aragon comes in, power I formation, along with Yost, Geary, the deep back. Geary gets the handoff, launches himself, goal line, touchdown. Jonathan Geary with the score, and he pretty much was the entire drive for the Tigers. And he'll get a chance to add the extra point, 19-13. Holy Family creeps closer, taking advantage of the Austin Mall interception.
And Coach Gabriel probably couldn't have drawn that one up any better. Get an interception or a turnover deep in their own, deep in Faith Christian territory, and turn it into 7 or 6 points.
Brienza will snap, Mall will hold, and Geary will try to tack on the extra point. It's up, and it is good. So it's 19-14. Faith Christian on top.
This is all Jonathan Geary here with a little help of his offensive lineman. Sacrifices the body, goes over the top, and effort for the touchdown.
And they brought in Aragon for the extra blocker, and he made some room for Geary. 14 points, the most that Faith Christian has allowed this season. Again, they have 5 shutouts this year. They were working on 3 consecutive shutouts. Not the case tonight. And Holy Family, their defense has to be fired up now. We saw a letdown in the first half after they scored. We'll see how they respond here. LaPorte will be deep. And Faith Christian has brought some guys up a little bit. Watching out for that pooch kickoff.
Yeah, just one man deep now, and they've brought up a couple of wings, watching the Green Acres, if you will, watching the pooch kick.
Geary approaches the football. He slips. It's a line drive kick. It's loose and recovered by Faith Christian at the 30-yard line.
Geary running off with just a little bit of a hobble on that one. Bill planted that foot, and it decided it didn't want to plant.
Should have got his cleats stuck in the mud as well. There's some really soft spots, and there's some more firm spots. Grass is pretty high here. Overall, the field in good shape considering all the snow. But here we go, 1st and 10 for Faith Christian. Roche in motion, misdirection play, and it's Lepore who gets taken down after a 5-yard pickup. In on the stop for Holy Family was Connor Clay, the cornerback. 2nd down and 5. Twiddell reading plays off his wristband. Twiddell keeps, has the 1st down, but a flag flies. We could have a hold on Faith Christian.
Actually,
if the play stands, it will be a 1st down.
That flag actually landed in the face mask of one of the Holy Family defensive linemen.
I can't remember the Cleveland Brown offensive lineman.
Yeah, I was just thinking of the same guy.
But he was hit in the face with a flag that was wrapped around a beanbag and did some serious damage to his eye. The officials need to be a little bit more cautious when they do throw the flag. I wonder if Don Apodaca remembers that Cleveland Browns player. He's shaking his head no.
I want to say his name was Brown.
Courtney Brown?
Maybe.
No, Courtney Brown was a defensive player. Anyway,
we'll think of it.
2nd down,
sure we'll
14. That's a big holding call. 3 receivers split to the far side. 4 receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, so they're spreading it out. 2nd and 14. Slant pattern complete to Marshall, and he's tackled by Clay. Otherwise, that could have been a huge gainer. 13-yard pickup. It'll be 3rd down and 1 for Faith Christian.
Interesting formation, Bill. Almost a diamond. You know, you hear trips to the right. You don't very often hear a diamond formation to the right. That's what they did, and then they threw it to the one guy on the other side of the formation.
So it's 3rd down and short. They're going to bring out the sticks to make sure. 8 minutes to go here in the 3rd quarter. It's 19-14, Faith Christian. This is for Flatirons Conference supremacy. And they're going to say it's short by a couple of inches.
Not by much.
I thought he was further short than that. It's closer than I expected. So 3rd down. Quarterback sneak time.
With Twiddell, he could put him in the spread formation and run a quarterback sneak in this situation. He got set. It's 3rd down in inches. Probably 4 down territory if you try to throw the football too, with such a short field.
And it's a loss on the play as Bundick, the fullback, goes backwards.
Well, now it's not 4 down territory. You can't lose yardage.
And they're going to punt it away. And the Holy Family crowd on their feet, at least some of them. Boy, that was blown up on the inside. Matthew McLean, who has been terrific on defense tonight, with the penetration and messed that play up. Evan Marshall will punt. Thomas Lambert deep at his own 25. And a flag flies. Steve Hall, our referee. False start on the Eagles.
Kind of falling apart a little bit, aren't they? The Eagles here in the beginnings stages of the second half.
5 penalties for 35 yards against Faith Christian. And when a team like Faith Christian has blown out so many teams, sometimes when you get into a close game, the nerves take hold.
Put a little pressure on a team, and you know some of them might crack.
Good kick. It will bounce at the 30-yard line, and Lambert wisely lets it roll. And it will be down at the 18-yard line of Holy Family. That's where the Tigers will take over with 6:52 to go here in the third. And we'll see if they can build off the last 2 possessions they've scored. I'm not going to count the possession where they kneeled on it to end the first half. 48-yard punt, and he has been booming them tonight. Evan Marshall, fine player for the Eagles. So Joe Summers surveys the defense. Geary up the middle, and he gets taken down by Andy Anderson, the senior linebacker. Gains about 3 yards out to the 21-yard line.
Another tackle for Andy Anderson. He's been kind of the mainstay, the staple, if you will, in the middle of that offensive or that defensive front.
Again, the give to Geary, and he hits a wall. Looks like Jordan Nagel in there on the tackle. Also, David Kim. Halfway through this third period, Holy Family can take the lead if they can march it down and score.
Yeah, you got to take it baby steps. Get a first down, get the ball deep out of your own territory, and go from there.
Haynes to the near side. Split backs. Here comes a blitz. And getting away is the quarterback, Summers, down the left sideline. Joe Summers built it out of bounds as the brothers Armbruster combine on the tackle. That is a huge pickup on the play. A 35-yard scamper.
This is something you haven't seen out of Joe Summers yet today. Doing something with his legs here. Scrambling, steps up in the pocket, doesn't see anything, and he just puts it in another gear and takes off down the field.
Some good downfield blocking as well.
And finishes the run strong.
Actually, Alex Bookman on the tackle along with Michael Armbruster. 1st and 10, Holy Family at the Faith Christian 44. And the fullback, Duncan Yost, gets a yard. So he gets tackled by Marcus Bannister. Summers tonight, 10 of 16 for 81 yards through the air and a touchdown. 2 carries, 45 yards.
Not a bad little evening so far.
Haynes comes to the near side. I formation behind Summers. Yost out of the backfield. Yost has a first down, or close to it anyway. I think he has it.
I think he's going to have it, Bill.
I thought there might have been a little movement on the offensive line. It was not called.
Didn't get to see it in that shot. Nice little play. They've ran this pretty much the same basic play a number of times where they try to hit a back or a tight end coming across that flat underneath a couple of wide receivers, and that time it was Yost and takes it for a first down.
Richard Rush on the tackle. Fumble. Summers picks it up. Scramble mode. He's making something out of nothing. Joe Summers picks up about 7 yards after the fumble. Could have been a disaster.
Absolutely could have been a disaster. Heads up play to just reach down and scoop this ball off the turf, and then after that, the wherewithal to just pick the ball up and run with it.
Anthony Puglisi is in as the tailback. So you wonder if Geary is okay. The fullback, Yost, doesn't go anywhere. Gang tackled, leading the charge was Jesse Keeney.
Well, that's a good question, Bill. If Geary is okay, you know, he had that stumble on the kickoff, and we haven't seen him since.
He also was shaken up in the first half a little bit, but he's back out there. Geary comes back in. Puglisi goes to the bench. 3rd down and a long one. Geary, 1st down. Tackled by Anderson. But a good forward lean. Seems like when Geary gets hit, he still is able to get some extra yards.
Yeah, absolutely. You'll see Geary here hit this hole at about 100 miles an hour, and if Anderson doesn't make that tackle, he's got himself a lot of extra yards.
100 miles an hour, huh? Maybe he should be on the Olympic track team instead.
Well, if you put it in slow-mo, it doesn't quite look as impressive.
Wagner and Melcher split to the left. Yost, the fullback. He gets tackled by Applegate and company.
On the carry, number 34, Duncan Yost.
Short gain.
Tackle was made on the play by number...
About a 1-yard effort. 2nd down and 9 for the Tigers. 2:22 to go and counting, 3rd quarter. Faith Christian 19, Holy Family 14. Faith Christian led at the break 19-7.
You see the adjustment that Coach Gabriel has made coming into this second half. He's probably put the ball in the air 2-3 times, and the rest of the time has been pounding up the middle with his big men.
Geary off right tackle. Gets down to the 11.
On the carry, number 2, Jonathan Geary.
Some good blocking on the right side of that offensive line. Brienza and Krenz doing some damage.
Geary's still reaching for his back as he comes back to the huddle, as you see him leap over one tackler and get kind of driven into the turf. And he already came out with a stinger, comes up with about 4 or 5 pounds of turf in his face mask as well.
3rd and inches. Geary. Close. I think he's got it.
On the carry, number 2, Jonathan Geary.
Yeah, I think they're going to give him the 10. If he gets the 10, then he's got a 1st down.
Rush on the tackle, but it is a 1st down for Holy Family. Holy Family with 12 1st downs in the ball game.
Nice stop by Faith Christian, but they just didn't get to him in time.
So it's 1st and 10 at the 11-yard line. Tigers threatening once again.
Ball spotted just outside the 10-yard line.
Wagner split far to the left. Medlin tight end to the right. Double tight ends for the Tigers. Geary on the sweep. Geary cuts it in, flags fly, and we may have a penalty on the Tigers.
Yeah, that you'll see that quite a bit. College, high school, college, pro, no matter what, when that ball comes sweeping out to your side as a wide receiver, you're kind of on an island out there, and the referee is definitely watching you. And didn't get away with a holding penalty there.
So that'll push the Tigers back. Faith Christian is so good pursuing. You wonder if they'd be susceptible to a reverse.
I believe that penalty is going to
Looks like
right
it could
there.
be Murphy, the tight end.
Yeah. kind of on an island out there, and you get a fistful of jersey, and somebody's definitely going to see it.
So the ball at the 21-yard line, 1st and 20. And the handoff goes to Puglisi, and he gets a couple of yards. That'll bring up a 2nd down and long, as that could be the final play of the 3rd quarter.
Short gain on the play.
Clock is at 11 seconds and counting. I don't think they'll get a play off.
I don't know if I've ever seen a tailback come in for an offensive lineman. I just watched that. Just happened for Holy Family.
Well, the Tigers can discuss this 2nd down and long play coming up, because we have reached the end of the 3rd quarter of play. Our score, Faith Christian 19, Holy Family 14. 4th quarter. Here we go, 4th quarter. Holy Family down 19-14 to the undefeated Faith Christian Eagles. It is 2nd down and 18 for the Tigers at the Eagles' 17-yard line. Check that, the 19-yard line.
You got that?
I think so. Put it this way, 2nd and long. They are in field goal range, and a field goal would help Holy Family here, trailing by 5. Wind is picked up again, blowing across the field from west to east. Joe Summers, the senior quarterback. I formation. And movement on the defensive line. And grabbing his face mask in shame is Marcus Bannister. Angry with himself, as that gives 5 free yards to Holy Family. And that's the 6th penalty tonight for 40 yards against the Eagles. So 2nd down and 13. Ball at the 14-yard line. Summers, little pass, intercepted by the left defensive end, Derek McCartney, who reached up and grabbed it. What a terrific play, as the screen was set up perfectly, except for the 6'2", 190-pound sophomore defensive end for Faith Christian.
Holy smokes, what a play. What an athletic play.
2nd turnover of the night by Holy Family. But McCartney with the terrific interception. We'll take another look at this one, Ryan.
Yeah, Summers has got himself set up perfectly for the pattern out in the flat. Just underthrows it a little bit, but McCartney just reaches out and snags that ball out of thin air.
1st and 10, Faith Christian at the 37-yard line. Lepore breaks a tackle, but not the 3rd and 4th efforts. He gets a couple of yards. That'll bring up 2nd down and 8 for the Eagles. So now the defense for Holy Family has to shake off the turnover and pick up the offense. Micah Twiddell, 3 touchdown passes tonight. Double tight ends. Now Lepore in motion, he slips. Pass is incomplete, intended for Lepore. Good coverage by Tim Sullivan. Austin Mall was also there.
Yeah, and Lepore, that's kind of a timing route there, and with that little slip trying to plant his feet and come out of the backfield, might have thrown the timing of that route off just a little bit.
There'll be 3rd down and 8. Every play now is a big one, especially here for the Holy Family defense. Marshall, he's dangerous. He comes to the near side. Single coverage, Austin Mall on Marshall. Crossing pattern, incomplete through the hands of Marshall. I don't think he would have been able to get a first down because there were several Holy Family players there to tackle him. So another good defensive stand by this defense.
Absolutely, and they needed it. Right where they just turned the ball over, they needed to get the ball back, and Holy Family comes up with the turnover on downs. This is going to be an inside screen to Marshall. You'll see a lot of white shirts out in front of him with the number 7 on them, starting with the number 7. That means a screen on the inside, and they just couldn't hook it up.
Marshall will kick it away. He's had a good night punting, and here's another boomer as Lambert lets it bounce at the 20, and it will roll dead around the 16-yard line.
Mud ball over there.
Surprised he didn't try to field that, though. He cost his team 4 yards there. A 46-yard punt.
Kid should be going to college for punting.
Yeah, he's averaging about 43 yards a punt tonight.
Unbelievable punting in a win like this.
10:52 to play, fourth quarter, 19-14, Faith Christian. Before the game, Faith Christian head coach Blair Hubbard said that he believes Holy Family is the toughest team they've played so far. He was accurate in that assessment. Joe Summers, the quarterback for the Tigers. Straight back to throw. Sideline pattern complete to Melcher, and he gets across the 25 out to the 26-yard line. Near a first down. A little bit of a risky pass. Check that. That was Jeremiah Haynes.
This is a nice throw into the wind by Summers. It's a long throw. It's about a 20, 25-yard throw to get it out there to the far sidelines, and Summers put it out there on a rope.
Haynes, his 11th catch of the year, the 6'1", 170-pound senior. Has a couple of touchdown grabs this season. And it is a first down for the Tigers. Ball at the 26. Up the middle to Yost, who gets about 2, maybe 3 before he is tackled at the ankles.
Yeah, Applegate and Anderson in there again. Anderson taking the brunt of that shot as he tried to hit Yost with a full head of steam and bounced off.
Coming in with a play for the Tigers is King Medlin. Second down and a long 8. Jonathan Geary hurdles across the 30-yard line. Not much running room inside.
Yeah, it's not much running room with your feet 3 feet off the ground either.
Derek Kim and Sean McGonigal helping on that stop for the Eagles. Third down and 6 for the Tigers. Wagner to the far side. Haynes to the near side. Summers passes deflected and nearly intercepted on the carom. Michael Armbruster nearly got it.
Yeah, if Armbruster looks up, he might have himself a pick, but he was worried more about hitting the wide receiver and might have had himself a nice pick and a run back.
Thomas Lambert will boot it. Bookman and Lepore waiting inside their 35-yard line for Faith Christian. Again, a stiff crosswind here at Mike D. Gabriel Stadium. Good punt. Bookman has it at the 32. Breaks a tackle, but then gets swarmed under by a host of purple-clad Tigers. And it will be 1st and 10 for Faith Christian at their own 36-yard line. A 40-yard punt, maybe the best punt of the night for Thomas Lambert.
Probably the most time he's had to punt the football.
They'll mark it at the 35. And Faith Christian, their offense has been stymied here in the second half.
You gotta hold to at least a field goal on this drive if you're a Holy Family.
Under 9 minutes to go. See if the Tigers defense remains stout. Micah Twiddell, little pitch to Toole, and Toole gets hit hard. Still on his feet, but he finally gets taken down after a gain of 2, maybe 3. as Tim Sullivan and Austin Mall on the tackle.
Austin Mall, Thomas Lambert, these kids are just football players. You see usually when you see a swarm of purple, at least one of those guys is in the mix of it. There's Mall fighting off a block there and turns him back inside and lets his buddies come up and clean up the rest of it.
Second down and a long 7. Pitch out to Lepore, and he slips and goes down, loses yardage, loses about 3. And that'll make a 3rd down and long, 3rd and 10 for the Eagles. And you have to wonder how the field is holding up now that they've played 3 quarters already on this.
Yeah, in the middle of it, it's probably getting a little squishy. It was muddy to begin with, and when you've played 3 quarters of football on it, it's going to be extremely muddy. And Lepore right there, I don't think he was going to go anywhere anyway, but slipped and fell before he could get his feet under him.
Single coverage on Marshall to the near side. And they're floated out to the side, complete. And Toole gets belted out of bounds around the 40. They're going to spot it at the 39. But we do have a penalty, illegal motion on Faith Christian.
If they can decline this, I think they will.
He had Marshall breaking down the center of the field. Instead, he went to the outlet man. Tim Sullivan made the first hit. Mall cleaned up. They will decline this penalty. It's well short of a first down. So that'll bring up a 4th down and 6. Ball at the 40-yard line. Make it 4th and 5. So Lambert goes deep to receive the punt. They haven't gotten much pressure on Marshall Holy Family. You wonder if they might try to set up a block.
And he's been crushing the ball too. And keeping it away from Lambert all at the same time.
Good snap. Kick is high. Lambert comes up. Fumbles. But Holy Family recovers as Lambert got drilled by Rush. And it looks like Faith Christian will have it. A couple of Holy Family Tigers were right there and could not corral the loose football. Let's take another look at this one. Good heavens. Thomas Lambert got creamed.
Another good punt by Marshall. And Lambert on the other end of this probably should have called a fair catch. And once he muffed it, he's wide open to get hit. And you see the Faith Christian defender jump on that ball right before those 2 Holy Family players could jump on it. And what a break for Faith Christian.
Not sure who recovered that football. And we're going to have a timeout on the field taken by Faith Christian. That is their first. So they have 2 remaining. But if we could see that replay again, Victor in the truck, it looked like Lambert, right before he got hit, took his eye off the football.
Oh, I'm sure he did. He saw 2 or 3 jerseys running down at him. It's one of those situations where you take a peek and by the time you get your eyes back to the football, it's already in your hands.
So we'll take another look.
Here's Lambert.
See if he takes a peek.
The wind is messing with him just a little bit. Yeah, he did take a peek at the defender, but the defender was less than 2-3 feet away from him.
Number 9, Isaac Henry, a sophomore, came up with the football. So good job by Henry of the Eagles. Each team now with 3 turnovers tonight. 19-14, Faith Christian on top, and they have the ball 1st and 10 at the 29-yard line of Holy Family. Twiddell keeps the pitch to Lepore. Cuts it inside. Penalty marker flies as he gets tackled by Clay. And this could go backwards for Faith Christian.
Yeah, that's another one of those isolation plays, Bill, and I think Marcus Bannister, who was out on the edge, is going to get called with a holding call.
So Holy Family will accept.
Absolutely, they'll accept.
If you're wondering about field goals, Marshall is their long field goal kicker, and as long as 42 yards. The short field goal kicker is Phillips. 7 penalties for 50 yards against Faith Christian. Lepore in motion to the near side. 4 guys split to the right. 1 man split to the left. Second time we've seen this formation. And a timeout is taken by Holy Family. So that's the first for the Tigers here in the second half.
Last time they ran that formation, they threw the ball to the other side of the field with the single coverage on the opposite side of the diamond formation, and Coach Gabriel, he didn't like the looks of that and called the timeout, and I think a good timeout. Last thing you want to do is give up a big play right now. Less than 7 minutes left in the game. You can't go down by 2 scores.
That was a very bizarre looking formation.
It is a bizarre
I've never seen that before.
Yeah, it's a very bizarre looking formation, and it works if you have the right amount of men on the line of scrimmage, and as long as you're not covering up a wide receiver or a tight end, you should be okay. You got to really know your rule book to run a formation like that, and you got to teach your kids exactly where they need to stand.
3 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Bundick, the lone back, next to Twiddell. Quick outlet pass, and it is incomplete. Intended for Nolan Beasley. That'll bring up a second down and stops the clock with 6:56 to go.
Twiddell might have been lucky that ball was thrown as badly as it was, because A, it wasn't going to go anywhere, and B, it was close to getting picked off.
Clay had good coverage. Twiddell is 5 of 10, 189 yards, 2 touchdowns, 2 interceptions.
Here's that diamond formation again.
He's going deep. It is incomplete, broken up by Clay, intended for Beasley. Nice job by Connor Clay, the sophomore. Just 5'8", 150 pounds, going against a fellow sophomore in Beasley, 6 feet tall, 150 pounds.
You got to have a good core of wide receivers to run a formation like that, or at least people that can catch the football.
3rd and 18 for Faith Christian. Twiddell set up a screen in the middle, complete to Marshall. Marshall fighting for yards, but he will be well short of the first down. Sullivan on the tackle. And we'll see what they do here. Do you try a long field goal, or do you go for it? You're kind of too close to punt, Ryan.
You're at the 26.
4th and 8. And they're going to send out the field goal unit as Marshall grabs the tee. He will set up at the 33-yard line. It will be a 43-yard attempt. His long this year, 42 yards.
You got to watch this wind, Bill.
This is just his second attempt. You also have to watch the fake. Kick is up, and it is long enough. No, it's short. It's not long enough. The ball died in the wind.
It sure did.
So Holy Family holds. Looked like it was on target, and then it just died.
It just died. It got up in that wind a little bit, and it just knocked it down.
You called it a little too premature on my part.
It's not the first, and it's not gonna be the last. I'll promise you that.
I believe it is the first time, right? 1st and 10. Holy Family at the 20-yard line of the Tigers. 5:59 to go. Holy Family with 2 timeouts, trailing by 5. Summers back to pass. Launches it deep. Looking for Haynes. Through his hands, incomplete at the 50-yard line. Haynes was covered by Stephen Armbruster, but a pretty pass by Joe Summers, and he had time to throw.
A pretty pass, and Haynes didn't have Armbruster beat by much, but a beautifully thrown ball by Summers. Hit Haynes in the hands. You can't really ask for more than that. Haynes has got to pull that ball in.
Haynes and Melcher come to the near side. Slot left is Geary. Summers, outlet pass incomplete over the head of the intended receiver, who looks like he may be shaken up.
I think it's Murphy.
Yeah, the tight end, Brian Murphy, is down, the senior.
Kind of came down with no landing gear down, Bill.
I'll take another look at that.
See if we can see what he might have. He's kind of dangling that right arm a little bit, and see if we can see where he may have gotten hurt.
Maybe his hip there got bent, got hit low, and then hit his head on the turf. So it looks like he got his right arm in an awkward position. So senior Brian Murphy will come to the sidelines. And it's 3rd down and 10 for the Tigers at their own 20-yard line. 5:50 to go. Summers back to throw. Downfield complete to the fullback, Yost. And it's a 1st down, Holy Family. The crowd on their feet again.
Fantastic throw. Took his time, waited for the receiver to get open. It's a tough throw against your body here, and he's doing it well all night. Finds his wide receiver, just enough for a 1st down, and move the sticks. Big 1st down, deep in your own territory.
Summers able to throw on the run. He is 12 of 21 for 103 yards, 2 touchdowns. Pass is batted down as McCartney, who had the interception earlier, this time breaks up another pass attempt. It'll be 2nd down and 10 at the 34-yard line.
Derek McCartney's using all 6'2" of him, all 6 feet 2 inches of him, and he's got long arms and comes in off that edge and puts him up high. It's an 8.5 foot ceiling. You got to, a fence you got to throw over.
And correction, Summers has 1 touchdown pass tonight. Jackson Wagner to the far side, and we've got a penalty. Could be an illegal substitution.
Yeah, I think they broke the huddle with 12 men.
That's what it is.
Yeah, Melcher was running off. They broke the huddle, and Melcher came running off the field. You can't break the huddle with 12 players. That is a procedure call, and that will be called pretty much every time.
So it'll be 2nd down and 15. Ball at the 28-yard line of Holy Family. Melcher goes to the far side, Wagner to the near side. Split backs. Summers in trouble. Gets rid of it. Intercepted. Michael Armbruster is caught from behind by Geary at the 17-yard line. But another turnover, 4th turnover tonight by the Tigers. And we'll take another look at this one. The pressure may have forced Summers into this mistake.
I was just going to say the pressure. McCartney right there, and then didn't catch the number of the defensive lineman that was hitting Summers as he threw that ball. And that Armbruster couldn't have asked for an easier interception. It hit him in the breadbasket.
Geary saved a touchdown. 5:19 to go. And Holy Family's defense once again in a big spot here. Lepore, good yardage. Down to the 10, maybe inside the 10 to the 9. It'll be 2nd down and a long 2.
Once again, Holy Family's defense is asked to make another great stop. Let's see if they can come up.
Looks like an audible by Twiddell. And he'll call timeout. A little confusion. Better safe than sorry. That's the second timeout taken by Faith Christian.
Well, Coach Hubbard said before the game, Bill, that they'll run a number of different formations and sometimes look over and catch an audible if they see something. And that time Twiddell looked over, caught the audible, and then by the time he got himself set to call the play again, he just ran out of time and had to call a timeout.
Well, we have a moment. You can see the games again on Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Saturday. There are the times. There's a morning slot, an afternoon slot, and a couple of evening rebroadcasts. And because this is our final game of the year, I'd personally like to thank you, Ryan, for another fun season of high school football. Also our stat man, Don Apodaca, and the entire crew led by Victor Seif and Kim Greason. It's not easy for these guys here tonight working in these conditions. Not easy for us in this warm press box either. Here's the handoff, and Lepore gets close to the first down yardage. Picks up maybe a yard, and it'll bring up a third down. Actually, that was Orrin Toole on the carry.
And here's a hurry up by Faith Christian trying to catch Holy Family off guard.
This might be a quarterback keeper. Lepore. He gets tackled, and I don't think he's got it.
No, I don't think so.
Now is decision time here for Blair Hubbard. Do you go for the field goal to make it an 8-point lead? Or do you, if you go for it and don't make it, you can lose on a touchdown?
They're not running the kicking team out there.
I might be inclined to try the field goal personally.
I'm in the same boat. You put the pressure back on Holy Family to try to make a touchdown and score the extra point or the 2-point conversion.
Fourth down, a long one, and timeout taken. That's it for Faith Christian in that department. 3:36 to go. Ball is at the 9-yard line. Fourth and a long one facing the Eagles.
And I'm not sure if they were going to go for that to begin with. They may have walked up to the line of scrimmage and tried a couple of hard counts, but by the time they got the play call in from the coaching staff, they ran out of time.
But you might as well take the 5-yard penalty and save the timeout if you are going to try to draw him offsides, right, and then kick the field goal.
Right.
If he kicks the field goal here, it's an 8-point spread, and the only way Holy Family can tie you is a touchdown and a 2-point conversion.
That's right.
And we'll see what the call is here. And they're going to go for it. No, they're going to go try the field goal. And it will be the short field goal kicker, Dylan Phillips, who is 4 for 4 in field goals this year. This will be a 26-yard field goal attempt. High snap. The kick is blocked. It's picked up and run in, but it can't be a touchdown. That's not a touchdown because none of the Holy Family players touched it after the block. It should be a dead ball. I believe this will be a dead ball. Although it was picked up behind the line of scrimmage.
Let's see what the call is, Bill. Regardless, don't you have to fall on that football? If you're Holy Family, you have to fall on that football. That's unsportsmanlike.
So it is a touchdown. They blocked the field goal. And apparently it was still a live ball. Not sure who even recovered the ball. Was it Lepore, 26?
No, I believe it's the kicker.
Dylan Phillips is the kicker. We'll take a look at the replay after the extra point try. But it's a touchdown for Faith Christian.
That's a bizarre play. And that's another block.
Another block. He kicked a line drive right into the line. But let's take a look at this touchdown. Again, a 26-yard try. The kick is blocked. And it was picked up by the kicker. And the kicker ran into the end zone.
Untouched.
And because the ball did not go past the line of scrimmage, I believe that's why the ball was still alive. Holy Family was celebrating the block and did not fall on the football. So it was 25-14.
I'm just going to venture a guess. That's probably Dylan Phillips' first touchdown of his career.
Could be.
I'm just guessing that, just out of nowhere.
There's Mike Gabriel wants an explanation from referee Steve Hall.
He can't be happy, but he also can't be happy with the call, but he also can't be very happy with his team not falling on that football.
But he got the explanation. We saw Coach Gabriel pat the referee on the back saying, okay, you got the call. One thing I enjoy about doing Holy Family games and games in the Flatirons Conference, we do see a lot of sportsmanship.
Right.
We have not seen any ridiculous celebrations, any taunting, none of that. And I'm wondering, there were a couple of penalties there.
They're going to kick off from the
30.
other side of the, because of the multiple unsportsmanlike calls on Holy Family. A couple of players took their helmets off.
So you might as well onside kick it. Marshall will do the kicking. If he wants, he can get a cheap touchback. So here comes an onside kick. And it's out of bounds. And so where do you spot that? At the 35?
Yeah. Well, you have to. That's the rule. If the kickoff goes out of bounds, no matter if it's kicked from the 10, it is what it is, right?
I would think so, but I've never seen a kickoff from the 30-yard line.
Why wouldn't you just, I mean, I guess you go up and onside kick that. You could just crush it out of the end zone and get it over with.
Well, it's supposed to be 25 yards from the kickoff spot. If they kick off from the 40 and it goes out of bounds, it's 25 yards from the kick. But you can't have it 25 yards from the kick and put it at the 5-yard line. It's been a very strange
This has been a bizarre few minutes of football here.
Well, with 3:26 to go, Holy Family needs 2 touchdowns. They have 2 timeouts remaining. They'll need to have a couple of big plays.
Well, Bill, if people are just joining, explain what happened on the field goal, and what the rule is about it not passing the line of scrimmage.
The ball did not pass the line of scrimmage, therefore it was still live, and no one from Holy Family fell on it. So there's the block. Ball is resting there, and
as long as it does not pass the line of scrimmage, that is a live football, and an offensive player can pick it up.
And Dylan Phillips alertly, the only guy who was alert on the play.
I think the ruling is this where it goes out of bounds or 15 yards.
You mentioned it was probably his first touchdown ever. He nearly muffed his touchdown celebration. Went to raise the ball in the air. See, I don't understand why Holy Family is getting the ball at the 18-yard line when the ball was kicked out of bounds. So, kicking off from the 30-yard line, a break for Faith Christian. So it's where it goes out of bounds or 15 yards. So here we go. Tigers have the football. Joe Summers back to pass, pressured. Launches it deep. Looking for Geary, incomplete. Covered by Evan Marshall, who's had a fine game both offensively and defensively for the Eagles.
What a throw by Summers. He can really throw on the run. He put something on that one. Try to get Geary to run underneath it.
There is a very good chance these teams will meet up in the playoffs. So Faith Christian, I don't know if they really want to see Holy Family again. But that could very well be the case.
Yeah, a little bit of a revenge game in the playoffs. That's That's a good way to get your revenge. Beat him in the playoffs.
And Holy Family has outplayed Faith Christian in the second half. And here's the carry by Summers, trying to hurry up. It'll be third down and about 2 for a first down. Summers, outlet pass. It is complete. A juggling catch by Haynes, and he gets wrestled to the ground by Marshall. I don't think he has a first down.
They're stopping the clock, Bill, so he's got to have the first down if they're stopping the clock.
It is a first down.
They gave him a lot of forward progress on that.
So in the hurry-up offense, Holy Family.
So we watched a replay of Haynes' eventual catch.
Ball at the 27, a screen. It's complete, and it's Wagner. Wagner gets inside the Faith Christian 45-yard line before he is dragged down. Bookman on the tackle. And another first down for Holy Family. Clock stops with 2:37 to go while they set the chains. Summers pass is tipped in the air, and it is incomplete. Nearly intercepted by Richard Rush. And Ryan, was that ball tipped or did it slip out of his hand?
I think he hit a guy in the helmet when he came through, Bill. Yeah, he just slipped out of his hand.
Again, it is very cold. The wind is blowing, and
Lucky to have that one fall to the turf.
just didn't have a good grip there, Joe Summers. 2.5 minutes to go. Summers keeps. Gets about 7 yards before he's tackled. Holy Family in the hurry-up offense. They gave him 5 yards, 3rd and 5.
They need to be in the ultra hurry-up offense.
Pass complete to Maul, first down, close to it anyway. I thought he had it.
I think he did.
And it is a first down. They'll move the chains with 2:06 to go. Holy Family with 2 timeouts. And a whistle. An injured Eagle on the turf. Surprisingly, Ryan, this is the first time this year that Faith Christian has played on a natural grass surface. Every other game they've played on artificial turf.
Well, and this is a great time to be playing on it, too. It's starting to turn into a mud hole there in the middle of the field. But you kept your number on the player who's down.
Cannot see who the injured player is. And both teams taking a knee.
So the strategy, Bill, is score quickly, onside kick. It's the only option you have when you're down by 11.
Yeah.
You got to score, get a 2-point conversion.
Well, they don't need a 2-point conversion. Well, they would probably try for 2.
Right, they would try for 2, so that
they
if they
could
get
tie it with a field goal.
Tie with a field goal, exactly.
The injured player is Jesse Keeney. First and 10, Holy Family at the 32-yard line of Faith Christian. Summers has some time. Downfield, it is incomplete. Pass was intended for King Medlin.
And Bookman with a nice play there to get a hand on that and kind of swat it away right at the last minute.
Incomplete pass stops the clock.
See Summers throwing on the run again, takes a shot at the end of that throw, and Bookman with his hand in there to just tap that ball away and get the incomplete pass.
Good job by Bookman not to crawl up the back of Medlin. Second down. Summers launching it deep, incomplete. Has looked like Melcher was running an out pattern, and
yeah, Melcher was running a double move there, Bill, almost what the old timers would call the chair. A little bit of a up, out, and up again.
Well, I consider myself an old timer, and I've never heard of that. Heard down and out.
Well, a down and out is just that, just a down and out. It'd be a down, out, and up.
3rd and 10. Summers across the middle. It is incomplete, nearly intercepted. Michael Armbruster tipped it. His twin brother Steven nearly caught it. And now it's 4th down.
King Medlin just stopped running his route. Stopped cold, and Summers tried to hit him in stride and went over his head.
And they're going to try a field goal. They'll try this one. It'll be a 47-yard try by Jonathan Geary. They need 2 scores, so you might as well try for one here. Long enough, and it is no good. Pulled to the left. Had the distance, and that'll probably do it for Holy Family tonight. 1:39 to go, 25-14 in favor of Faith Christian. That was an impressive-looking kick.
Yeah, good kick. Just couldn't get it straight. And that is pushed it wide left, and the wind is blowing left to right, so he probably kicked that pretty far to the left to begin with.
So 2 timeouts left for Holy Family. They'll probably use them. It'll take a minor miracle now for Holy Family to pull this one out. Micah Twiddell has been outstanding tonight at quarterback for the Eagles. Gives to Lepore. Lepore bounces off a tackle before he is wrapped up. And that'll be a loss of a yard and a timeout taken by Holy Family. They have 1 timeout remaining. Our stat man, Don Apodaca, has made his way toward the field. We'll have a player of the game. We'll also speak to the winning coach. Right now it looks like we'll be talking to Blair Hubbard in his 11th season as the head coach at Faith Christian. Played football in his high school days in Illinois.
He's seen a couple of days like today then. Snow all around the field.
Yeah, Illinois no stranger to big snowstorms. But speaking of Blair Hubbard, during the week and before the game, he's a guy who obviously loves football, loves his kids, and this is a tremendous Faith Christian team. And Holy Family, he said, was the best team they were going to face. They were tested tonight. Who knows, they may meet up again. But this is a team that kept their poise when things were not looking so good. But the key play probably tonight, Ryan, when Holy Family scored in the first half to make it a 12-7 game, and then after the touchback, an 80-yard touchdown pass. And that's probably the biggest play of this game.
Well, and that just lets the wind out of your sails right there before half. You go in, your head's hanging low. I give Holy Family credit. They came out and really turned things around in the second half and really outplayed Faith Christian in the second half. But a couple of turnovers in the wrong areas of the field, and just was all for naught here tonight.
Twiddell gets taken down, and Holy Family takes their 3rd and final timeout. That was a good play by Twiddell. Normally, he probably would have pitched it, but in this situation, not risking a turnover, just take the loss. It'll be 3rd down and 12 when we resume play with 1:19 to go. There's Mike Gabriel, the head coach of Holy Family, his dad on the staff. So growing up, his dad was taught his son the game of football. Now his son is the boss. Head coach trumps the offensive line coach.
Not a lot of guys that get to be the boss of their dad eventually, you know.
No.
Doesn't sound like such a bad thing every now and then.
No, I would have liked to have been the boss once in a while. 3rd down and 12. I'm sure that Faith Christian will keep it on the ground, and Holy Family cannot stop the clock. Twiddell. He's actually going to throw it, and he completes it to Lepore. 1st down. I am shocked that they would put the ball in the air.
Yeah, why would, well, all right.
It worked.
It worked.
But I am stunned that they would put the ball in the air and risk an interception.
I thought we were going to see a quarterback sneak up the middle and let the time run down to about 40 seconds, kick it away, and
now you can take a knee.
You don't have to worry about it.
So a gutsy play by Blair Hubbard as he has his senior quarterback, Twiddell. That's trust.
Absolutely.
Trust your quarterback not to throw a pick. Might have been one of those, if he's open, hit him. If not, just eat the ball. Clock is winding down. 50 seconds and counting.
That is the deepest victory formation I've ever seen. I've never seen a
shotgun
victory formation.
A shotgun kneel down. I've never seen that either. Well, they've been in the shotgun all night.
Yep.
Maybe they feel they're risking on the exchange a fumble.
Exactly.
So one more will do it. So big crowd on a very cold night here at Mike G. Gabriel Stadium filing out. They saw a terrific football game, 2 outstanding teams. And Faith Christian has won this football game 25-14. It wasn't easy. And Faith Christian improves to 9-0, 6-0 in Flatirons Conference play. And up next for Faith Christian, a tough game. They'll be at Erie next week. Holy Family, they dropped to 7-2 overall, 5-1 in Flatirons Conference play as they see their 7-game winning streak come to a close. Next up, the rivalry game for Holy Family as they take on Match Buff. So again, our final score, Faith Christian 25, Holy Family 14. Bill Rogan along with Ryan Kloberdans, and we'll be back with the post-game wrap-up after this. A terrific high school football game tonight as Faith Christian defeats Holy Family by a score of 25-14. Joining me right now is Eagles head coach Blair Hubbard. And Coach, before the game, I asked you if Holy Family was the best team that you have faced this year. You said you thought they were. Is that confirmed now?
Well, we had a close back-and-forth game tonight with them, and so, yeah, I do believe they're the best team that we've played this year.
Was there a turning point in this game?
I think when we were able to do some things formationally on offense to get them out of their base defense and hit some long passes, that kind of, I think, kind of swung the tide our way, especially scoring that touchdown in the last minute of the first half.
When you look at this game, 3 long touchdown passes by your quarterback, Micah Twiddell, what does he mean to your team?
Well, he just does a great job for us. He was a starter last year, so whenever you have a senior coming back for his second year, there's that leadership. He knows exactly what we want to do out there. He can make the checks that we want to make, and, you know, he just did a great job all night long of leading the guys and keeping them pumped up.
Now, your team is 9-0. Do you look forward to the state playoffs, or do you try to keep that under wraps right now?
Well, in the huddle over there, I congratulated the guys for solidifying a spot in the playoffs, but we've got to be hungry. We're playing Erie next week, a very good team, very large team. We have to play up there again, which is always difficult to do, so we've got to stay hungry, and tomorrow morning get in the weight room and run and watch film and make the corrections we need to make to move on.
Now, the final nail in the coffin of Holy Family was the blocked field goal. Your kicker, Dylan Phillips, very alert picking it up. Is that something you teach your kickers?
Actually, I didn't even know that rule existed until a couple weeks ago. I saw something on YouTube where a kicker in a high school game picked it up to win the game with 8 seconds left, and he actually saw the same thing on a different website, and it was a headsy thing, and got in and scored the touchdown for us.
Now, was that because the ball didn't cross the line of scrimmage?
Exactly. It's just a free kick, and you know, a lot of times the defense will start celebrating, and that's what happened, and the officials didn't blow the whistle. They just stand there and watch it, and it's free for the offense to pick it up and run it in.
Is that his first career touchdown?
As far as I know, it is.
He needs a little work on his TD celebration. I don't know if you saw it. He lifted the ball in the air, and it came out of his hand in the end zone, but at least he crossed the goal line.
Well, he is a kicker.
Yeah. Well, Coach Hubbard, thank you very much for your time. Good luck the rest of the way.
Okay, thank you.
And now we bring in Micah Twiddell, the senior quarterback for Faith Christian. And Micah, congratulations on the win. Was this a tougher game than you might have anticipated?
Oh, definitely not. We knew Holy Family was a great team. They are a great team. We anticipated a battle, and that's what it was.
Now, the key play of the game, as your coach was talking about, Holy Family scores to make it 12-7 late in the second quarter. After the touchback, 1st and 10 at the 20, people may be thinking, oh, they should run the ball out, go into halftime with the lead. Instead, you went for the bomb. Take us through that play and what you saw.
Well, I think we ran it earlier, and they didn't know what to do with it, I guess, really. And I came out there, and I was pre-snap reading what I thought was going to be open. And Derek's a fast kid, and he got out there wide open, and I was lucky enough to get the ball right in his hands.
Marshall's pretty fast. Your whole team is fast. Who is the fastest player on your team?
Oh, you know, I'd claim it was me, but those guys wouldn't let that happen. Evan, I think he's a national track runner, so he's got to be, I don't know, we got a lot of fast guys.
Now, you've had a lot of games that have been blowout wins, and it could be easy to get into bad habits, but when you're playing a tough game like this, a close game, there's a lot of pressure on both sides. What did you learn about your team tonight that you may not have known beforehand?
Oh, there's a lot of heart. We got to show heart. I think that we came out and we knew we weren't alone, we were together. So for once, we didn't have any superstars on the team. We were all just doing our assignment football, and that's what got us.
Were the weather conditions a factor at all tonight?
You know, it was cold. It was hurt to hit, but no, I don't think so. The balls were a little slippy, but that's about it.
Well, the wind was going across the field. Did that have any effect on your passing?
You know, Coach designed it so it would be easy on me, and that's really what I did. Obviously, I had a couple bad balls, but overall, Coach got me in the right spot. So.
Now, you're a senior. This is your last go-round of high school football. What are your future plans?
I don't know. Hopefully go play some football, basketball somewhere. Some college football, basketball. I don't know.
Well, Micah, congratulations. 3 touchdown passes and a big win for your team. Faith Christian now 9-0. Thank you.
Thank you very much.
Okay, that's Micah Twiddell, senior quarterback for the Eagles. And rejoining me is Ryan Kloberdanz. And Ryan, both teams tonight gave everything they had under tough playing conditions. Faith Christian, they deserve to win the ball game. But if Holy Family plays them again, who knows? It could be a different result.
Oh, absolutely. And if they do play again, it'll be in the playoffs. And you get later and later in the season, and more games are going to start to look a little bit more like this, and the weather may come into play again. You just never know. A couple of lucky bounces tonight, and Holy Family's got themselves a 10-point lead.
It's kind of funny that you have big guys slugging it out all night under tough conditions, mud all over their jerseys, blood and guts out on the field, all that kind of thing. And it comes down to a kicker picking up a blocked field goal.
And I'm sure he probably got a game ball for that, but mine would go to Twiddell. He even played with no sleeves, which I thought for a quarterback, no, not too bad.
Not too bright either, but not too bad. Anyway, Ryan, it's been a fun year of high school football. We may very well be seeing a state champion here tonight. Either Holy Family or Faith Christian, I think, has a good shot at winning a state crown.
I think either one of them. Obviously, you give the nod to Faith Christian because they've got the undefeated record and they just beat Holy Family, but Holy Family can go on a roll just like they just won 7 games before they lost this one, and they can go on a roll and win out for the rest of the season. So either one of them, I wouldn't surprise me either way.
Well, it's been a blast doing high school football with you again, as well as the crew, also our stat man, Don Apodaca. So thanks for watching, everybody. High school football on KCCB, Channel 8 in Broomfield. Once again, our final score tonight, Faith Christian 25, Holy Family 14. So for Ryan Kloberdanz, I'm Bill Rogan. Thanks for watching, and good night.